Okay. Man, last couple of days for me has been such a roller coaster ride. Thankful to be okay, but it really is a lot. Um, and it's like I be having plans to just do me, like, well, I'm gonna wake up, I'm gonna clean my house, I'm gonna do some packing, I'm gonna do some laundry, um, you know, errands. I'm going to pay some bills. All of that stuff. That's what I was thinking. That's what I had intentions on doing. And it's like none of that. It started out like that, but none of that ended up going planned. Um, it was Saturday. I got up. I went to the laundromat to do my laundry. It was already a kind of sad, somber morning. That was the day of my one of my older cousins' services, homegoing services, which was in another state. And a lot of us couldn't make it, so we had to live stream it. Even live streaming in the services, it was just like it was a lot. So, and then this month, it's just a lot that goes on in this month. The month of July. And it's just like, it seems like it's just never a dull moment for my family. It don't matter what's happening, something's about to pop off for my family in July. So, after the service, after doing my laundry, I made it back home. I should have immediately took my clothes out of the car. Because I had a bunch of clothes that I put in the dryer, and then I had like a little basket of clothes that I was just going to hang up. And now that I'm thinking about it because of how the day went, I'm like, I should immediately took them clothes out the car so I could hang them up so they can hang dry. But me, I'm always thinking a certain way. I get to the house, I go use the bathroom, kind of just mosey around a bit, and of course, getting distracted. I was probably like scrolling on social media or something like that. And I get a call. No, because that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. I'm like fiddle-faddling and I'm playing in the house and I'm like playing with my hair and stuff. I leave my phone in the car. So that time from getting to the house, getting in and everything, I was running in so I could use the bathroom. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to come back down and get everything. But I took my time doing that. I come back to the car. I have 8 missed calls. And that little bit of time, like, girl, I was just in the phone. I was just in the car. So I'm like, oh my goodness, something must be wrong. I'm looking. I'm missing calls from the hospital. I'm missing calls from my brother. So immediately I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck is going on? I get on the phone with my brother. He explaining everything to me. And I'm breaking down because I'm just understanding like what the hell is going on. And I had to yell at my brother. I'm just like, like what are you saying to me right now? And he was giving me news about my dad being in the hospital, and it seems like he wasn't going to make it. I get on the phone with the hospital, and they saying the same thing. Basically, just the medical terms and reiterating what my brother just said about my dad. And I'm just like, what? And it's because of course it's not something that you expecting. But when I say I was not expecting that type of call, I was not expecting that type of call, and I just wasn't expecting it to be like that. Like, she on the phone giving me a status update on my dad and his health condition, and then she's also asking for my permission, like I need to sign over consent, and it's just like, huh? I didn't know that I had to be able to make such a decision. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just crazy. especially my family dynamic, it's just been some drama with my daddy and his kids. And one of my older sisters has been, you know, ain't no other way to look at it. She's just been difficult through this whole process and this whole time. Like, instead of working with us or allowing us to help her with the overall care of my father, she just been shutting everybody out and taking it like a huge chip on her shoulder. And it's like, it's unfortunate because you don't have to do it that way. You don't have to be like that. You don't have to stomach all of that stuff by yourself. But so to get that call, I was literally like breaking down, but I knew I had to get it together. I'm over an hour away from my dad in my hometown. So it's like I had to drive up, and it was like the closer and closer I was getting, I was like, this man, you telling me my dad is really about to go? So dealing with the whole weekend, it was just like one emotional roller coaster after the other. I'm meeting some of my relatives for the first time. You know, there's just a lot of like unanswered or, you know, just a lot of just drama with my dad. You know, he's got a lot of pride, got a lot of ego, got a lot of secrets. And it's just sad to think that it was all coming to head. And it did all come to head with him on his deathbed, basically. And then my sister, the one that's been caring for him, she didn't show her face at all. And I just thought that it was weird. And I feel like if anything, it's like that is what was disrespectful. She had the nerve to try to come at my brother and say that he was being disrespectful to her. But it's just like, no, in the grand scheme of things, and in terms of all of his children, you're the most disrespectful to all of us. And it doesn't have to be that way, you know. So, good news of it all, because the way that it was looking, they said with my dad's condition when he came in the hospital, he's 85, by the way. My father's blessed to be 85 years old. So, with the condition they say he came in the hospital with, they didn't think that he was going to make it, which is why they started putting the calls in to us. But day goes by, and as the days are going by, his health is getting better. They did an MRI scan because they wanted to check his brain waves and see if he had any brain activity. And he woke up. He opened his eyes. He you know, it's just like a don't count me out type of thing. And it's a blessing because it's like I'm prepared in the sense that if it's time, if my daddy is tired, if God is calling him, if that's what it is, then I just gotta face that and prepare myself for my daddy going. But I ain't gonna lie. That's still my daddy. I was like, don't die. So it's a blessing. It definitely feels good that he is back in good health. Or, no, not, he's not on the other side type of thing, because he's still not so much in the clear. It's still touch and go, but just to see him, fighting back type of thing, and that he's still fighting to be here. So it's like, okay, good. So it's so many things. It's something like it just had me feeling all types of ways, like having to, deal with the sadness and the grief process of, just accepting your dad's condition. Maybe he gonna be here, maybe he not. I don't know. Like, that was something. And then got like little drama between, my siblings and stuff. And it's really my one sister that's caring for my dad or whatever. But she's not doing a good job. And it's not saying that she's so bad. You can't. He's 85 years old. There's no way that you can take care of him by yourself. And the fact that you're trying to do that by yourself is just crazy because you don't have to. So, yeah, that's very frustrating. And then because she's like, oh, but daddy said, and I asked daddy, and daddy told me, and that don't sound right. I don't care if daddy told you that he didn't want to be around none of us. That's, as people get older, they don't function, especially my dad's health condition. He's not functioning and moving. And even though you might think you're a strong person, you can lift certain pounds up and everything, doing that every day, day in, day out, by yourself, wears on your own body. And for my sister, I'm like, you got 5 other siblings, 4 of which live in the same city and state as you. Why are you acting like this? Why are you acting like you gotta do it by yourself? Just solely based off because daddy said so? Daddy is in no condition to say anything anymore. We have to care for him. So him, because that's basically what it come down to. Daddy is being stubborn. Daddy is being full of himself, and he's going off of abilities that he had when he was up and moving and functioning. He needs care. Multiple hands on his care, and he needs round-the-clock care. You doing it by yourself, that's an impossible task. And it's going to put a lot of pressure and stress and all of that stuff on one person. So, yeah, that didn't make no sense for her to be talking about she was doing that in the first place. So coming down off that, talking with the doctors and the nurses, after he wake up and everything, he's able to open his eyes and move his hands and stuff. He's responding to the nurses and doctors. So it's like, okay, that's good. But now dealing with the sibling component of it, I had to cuss my sister out. I had to, because and then she always wants to come at our older brother about something he doing or not doing. And the bottom line is he don't do nothing. Whatever she was yelling at him about, I did it. And I did it on purpose. And my thing is, if you want to yell at anybody, yell at me, because I got all the ammo for you, baby. Any type of venom you was going to put on him, put on me. Don't say nothing to my brother. You going to all that. You really want to go back and forth? That's me and you. Let me find out you saying something else about my brother. I'm going to tear your ass up. And I mean that. I'm not joking with her. Because I'm sick of this. We as siblings don't need, I feel like, and at this point, we too old. My daddy got 6 kids. And all of his kids is over 30 at this point. My oldest sister is about to be 60. My baby sister is 31. And we all in the middle. So we grown. And on some sibling stuff, you want to sit up and be dysfunctional? We could have had all this time to bond. You had all this time to show your ass and just be really nasty. So if you want to learn a lesson in being a sibling in your 40s, then baby, so be it. So fucking be it. But what you're not going to keep doing is keep spewing out this negative hate, when the main thing we have to be focusing on is our father's well-being. Because no matter what happens, if he makes it through this, we still got to work together. If he passes on, we still have to work together, and we still got to be there for one another. So it's like you doing all this, you looking stupid, and you making it unnecessarily difficult for us to be able to grieve and heal and process stuff, just as siblings. So that was one part. And then so another side on the sibling side, like my baby sister, we had a really good moment, a really good talk to, and we was able to like just kind of talk and air out some stuff that's been happening over the past couple of years, and even some stuff from childhood, and just being able to talk. And I'm very hopeful. I'm very excited for the future. I'm very excited for our bond being restored. Whew. God is good. God is good. See, and I know shoot, I know I ain't perfect. I know my family ain't perfect. I know we have our own level of like dysfunction and everything, but it was always a hope, a strong desire of mine for all my daddy's kids to be close and for us to have like a nice tight bond or whatever. And I still believe we have the ability to do that. It's just it's not gonna look like, you know, sunshine and blue skies and rainbows and all that other stuff like that, because sometimes I can get caught up in like a fairy tale fantasy, you know what I'm saying, like the whole happily ever after. So going through life and experiencing stuff, and then, you know, definitely going through some trials. I feel like I was like unraveling, becoming undone. And for me, it wasn't nothing that, oh, because my sister or my brother. No, we you know, we would have our disagreements or whatever, but it was a lot of me and my own experience, and I just felt like I couldn't get a handle on myself because I couldn't understand. And I know now that it had a lot to just do with being young and not having experience and stuff. So being at this space now, that's why I'm like, I be so thankful that it's like, cause it's like, you know how you hear people in church and they be like, man, I could complain, I want to complain, I should complain, but I'm not gonna complain. I feel the same way, because like, I would want to go off and cry and cuss and fuss about everything that I feel like didn't go right. Or like, why did that have to happen? Like, I used to sit up and wrestle plenty of times. Like, well, God, well, you know, what was that about? Like, why did I have to experience that? Like, you know, what was so wrong? What was so bad about me? Type of thing, right? And I just felt so like down out behind, like, you know, like, dang, man, shit, why is all... But I feel so good. I feel so blessed that it wasn't, even in those moments, cause I ain't gonna lie, like my family is just very strong. It takes some very strong words because some strong actions. And when something seems like it's over, it's over. And you just gotta figure out life and how to continue to move on without it. So it really had hurt me, and it scared me to think that that's where I was at in life. Like, dang, I done got into it with my siblings. I done got into it with my mom. I done fell out with my dad. And I'm out here just living, surviving, thugging it out by myself, you know. Scared as ever, but still being able to understand that I needed that time for myself, with myself. I'm just really grateful that even with all of, like, just through the whole process and the, you know, the day in, day out, the ups and the downs, and, you know, the grieving and the healing and all of that stuff, that it's just like I'm just thankful I didn't get lost in the pain of it, and that I didn't get lost in the you know, like the heartbreak or the anger and the frustration of it all. You know, like, I'm thankful that it didn't consume me, because I didn't want to be mad, and I didn't want to stay mad forever. Even though it hurted like hell, it wasn't something that I was like, oh no, I've been fucked them, girl, forever and ever. Like, and I'm thankful, because I do see now, like, some people really get lost in there. Some people really be hurt by that, and they just don't be knowing how to move on, or don't be seeing a way up from that. So I be thankful, like, shit, cause a nigga could have been out here lost, you know, in my mind, always seeing a problem with stuff, and then always seeing a problem with myself. Because even through this, as I said, I ended up having to cuss out my sister because of the way she was acting. But even after all of that, it's just like, and I still love you. You stupid. And you acting stupid. And you listening to daddy. And daddy's in no position to be making sound decisions for himself. He's sick. And we need to help each other help him. This is about his care at the end of the day. So, definitely had to cuss her out for several reasons. But at the end of the day, it's still like, you're still my sister, and that's still our father, and we it's best that we stay together when it comes to him, as because we can conquer more and we can get more accomplished with one another as opposed to it being separate. So I don't know what's to come, and the next couple of days in this week, or even this month into the end of the year, but I'm going to continue to move forward being positive, or at least trying to, establish some type of communication or bond so that we can, keep moving forward. But, yeah, I'm just happy and proud of myself for being able to express myself, even if it is me being frustrated and angry, but still just like, and I was just in that moment. I said what I said and I feel how I feel. I meant what I said. But we gonna keep on moving forward. I'm not gonna stress myself out. And I'm not gonna allow that anybody to stress me out. That's not gonna happen. So, but I am very hopeful, very optimistic, and looking towards the future and what's to come for my siblings and I. So, yeah. Like, I'm excited. I'm gonna just end it saying that I'm excited.